Signal Deep Clean. ලොව අංක එකේ Tynex කෙඳිවලින් නිපදවා ඇත.
The issues we have regarding hunger are partly man-made, self-made in Sri Lanka, and others are affected by what is happening outside. The global crisis and an internal crisis both have come together and brought us to a level where many estimate as much as 6 million are facing malnutrition. Other reports which I have even say 7.5 million are facing this malnutrition. We have 24 million metric tons of rice every year grown here to ensure that we are self-sufficient. Today, as a result of us not using fertilizer, the output is about 16 million metric tons. Then 1/3 of our requirements have to be obtained from abroad. We have at the moment rice for 8 months. What do we do for the next 4 months? We have to put in other substitutes. We are planning a food security program. Then we are now also facing the next season of paddy cultivation, the long season, which begins in September, October. If we can provide fertilizer and feed for this Maha season, what we call 2023, then we can be self-sufficient in rice and get the real economy functioning as far as agriculture is concerned. But we do have a problem. And that problem is we need 600 million US for fertilizer. At the moment, we have only 300 million US. Our economy is contracting. It will be about minus 6% this year. Then you can think of the loss of jobs and how many more jobs will be lost in the coming year. There is a widespread hunger throughout the country. And this widespread hunger, as well as a shortage of fuel, both are resulting in the political turbulence in Sri Lanka. So remember, we are only a test case. Many other countries will have to face the turbulence. And they are not as bad as us, the economy. What are you all going to do? How are you going to handle the political turbulence? We have to think out of the box. What we need is a solution. The G7 has come up with a global alliance for food security together with the World Bank. And they are offering us now $14 billion to obtain food to strengthen agricultural productivity. But we have to do more. And what is affecting us is the Russian-Ukraine war and the sanctions that have been imposed. I want to know whether these sanctions are helping us to overcome the global shortage or is it hampering us? It will be said by the European Union and UK, no, this will not affect you. But it is not the case. It is affecting us. We are all being affected. If food was freely available, then we can easily focus on the next steps. But food is not available. Do you think sanctions will help? It will only drive the prices up. So let's start with the doables. Let us look at the sanctions that are being imposed and ask ourselves, is this necessary? Will these sanctions bring Russia to its knees? The sanctions won't bring Russia to its knees, but it will bring the rest of the third world to its knees. So this is the major issue we have. And just as much as you are giving us 14 billion US, remember something like 100 billion US is being spent on the Ukraine war by all the parties concerned that are supplying Ukraine. So we have 14 billion here and we have 100 billion spent on war. That cannot go on. It's not only the fault of the EU. Russia has a responsibility. They must call for a ceasefire. When the Russians call a ceasefire, Ukraine must be ready to discuss. They can discuss any issue they have, but don't put conditions before the discussion.